We're leaving the frigid Idaho cold for the warmer temps of central Utah to film and edit for Ty Evans. But first, there's work to do. Ty's friend, a local rancher, needs some help. We need to get loaded up and go help him push his cows out of some thick brush and down an extremely busy highway. Jeez, man. It's gonna take teamwork to keep the cows moving along safely. Come along and see what a day in the life is really like as a Western equine content creator. When we headed for Utah, the roads looked alright, but the passes were already a solid sheet of ice. Not fun when you're towing a big horse trailer and 3 mules along with you. But despite the slick conditions, we made it to central Utah safely and got straight to settling in our crew.
Well, today is Josey's first overnighter ever. We just made it to Utah.
Back in this one too, where he won the championship. On this trip, we decided to bring along Clyde, Riata, and our little mule, Josey. She just turned 3 in August, and this is her first big road trip she's ever been on. We like to expose all of our equines to hauling long distances and going to new places, and this time it was Josey's turn to tag along. Clyde's favorite thing to do after a long ride or getting off the trailer is to roll in the dirt. He starts it off and the others follow close behind. We'll get these guys set up with some water and food, and then we'll show you guys where we're going to live for the next couple of weeks.
And some water, pal.
How you like that electric
It's
jack?
pretty awesome. Okay.
Check that out. We haven't really done a very good job of showing our new living quarters trailer. If you guys have been around for a while, you know that we used our other trailer for all of our adventures. It didn't have a living quarters in it, and it was definitely roughing it, to say the least. This one is new to us just from a few months ago, and we haven't got to use it yet. So this is our maiden voyage with this big thing. For those of you who are new here, we're big Dave Ramsey fans. We sold our equines and moved into a tiny little apartment and paid off over $90,000 in consumer debt in just 2 years before buying a property and purchasing equines again. Our older trailer we paid for in cash, but it definitely had some rust and other issues. We've been waiting a long time to get a living quarters trailer because we didn't want to go into a lot of debt for one. It was worth the wait because we got a good deal on this one and it's going to be a huge game changer for us. Traveling with Ty Evans and filming for him as his content managers, we spend a lot of time on the road and we really needed some place to call home while we were gone on all of our trips. More storage. Those hangers. Everything you need.
This is gonna be so nice. Do you know what the biggest unsung game changer is? There's a lot of game changers about this. Having power is probably the biggest one for editing, but having a shower when we're on the road in the dust all summer and we can exercise and try and stay healthy while we're traveling with Ty is gonna be awesome to be able to just rinse off real quick and go. There's a lot of cool things, but I'm pretty pumped about having a shower.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
Really nice.
Sorry, I interrupted your tour. Carry on.
Sink. A fridge. Freezer. So that's nice too. And then there's a little cook stove underneath this and a microwave. So that's pretty awesome.
We can eat better. We can exercise and shower. We can have like a quiet, private place to edit as we go so that we don't get drowned by mountains of footage like we did this year.
Yeah.
This is going to be a huge deal next year, and I'm so thankful we have this. In all seriousness, this is a huge blessing. And all the storage is awesome. We don't even have to take a suitcase.
Nope.
Like we just put all our clothes in here. This is this is the best thing ever. Is this
Yeah.
what rich people feel like?
And then speaking of storage, then also, this is the horse area, but if we're only taking 3 like today, this trip, then we have like our emergency bin and stuff, so we can store some stuff out there too, which is pretty awesome. So
Heck yeah, man.
yeah,
This is the best.
it's awesome.
Home on the road.
Pretty nice.
Should we feed the squad?
Yeah, they're probably so cool.
Traveling long ears. Oh, look at the sky. Wow, that's so pretty.
We're feeding all of our mules alfalfa and Timothy mix hay cubes. I like to soak them because when they ride on the trailer for a long time, it's pretty easy for them to get dehydrated, and this just ensures they get water back in their system and that they don't choke on the hay
Josey's
cubes.
the only one that's not really used to cubes. Riata and Clyde have gotten them quite a few times. Clyde is already a Cremello.
Cremello Clyde. Kind of feisty. She's hungry tonight.
She's like, get over here from my porch. There you go, Josey. Right there. That's your dinner. That's what you get. She's like, are we poor?
That's why I call it porridge.
Clyde's like, I would gladly take some, please. I'm starving. Okay, Bob, I'll get yours. He's so hungry. Poor guy. There you go, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Well, the trip down here was definitely a little sketchy at times, but it feels good to be back down here at the TS Mules headquarters. We actually get to, so what we're doing down here is we get to film for the next, I think 4 days, 4.5 days, something like that. for Ty Evans masterclass and a little bit of his online video library. So we actually get to come down here with our mules for work, and it's pretty awesome. Once we got out of the snow and ice up in Idaho, it was a really good trip. Pretty beautiful mountains here, coming through Salt Lake and down heading south through Utah, and nice and warm down here compared to at home. Mules are all content. Should we finish setting up camp?
Yeah.
Get all lined out and ready to film tomorrow?
Yeah. Long days of filming. If you guys haven't checked out his masterclass, you definitely should. It's an online year-long course. He's put a ton of work into it. You have, I think, monthly meetings with everyone. There's a coaching version too that you can do, and you can come down to special events if you're a coaching student. But it's really cool. It'll walk you and your equine. It doesn't have to be a mule. It could be a horse. It could be a donkey. It could be a mule. Just from the basics all the way through, so you can progress at your own speed. You don't have to have taken his clinics or courses or anything before. It's for every single level. Even it's just a master class of mulemanship. So it's a deep dive into mulemanship. You don't have to be a master to take the class. And then his online video library. It's awesome. Like if you guys want to see more mule training videos that work for horses and donkeys as well, then check that out. It's $10 a month. It's on his website. There's a ton of valuable info on there, and this winter we're going to be going through it, organizing it, adding more videos, so definitely worth checking it out. For $10 a month you just get unlimited access to a ton of really good content, so we definitely would recommend it. We've watched a lot of them. We've been a member of it for a long time, and it's pretty awesome.
10 out of 10, recommend. Ariada, we've come a long way.
She's like, my mouth is full.
All right, let's set up camp, get lined out.
We get up early to feed all the mules so they have a chance to eat breakfast before we start for the day. We often feel like being a content creator is a misunderstood profession. Most folks think it's an easy career, but in reality, it's a ton of work. At least when you're capturing equines and the Western way of life. It's a lot of early mornings and late nights to film and edit everything, as well as just take care of day-to-day life with 1,200-pound animals that tend to be pretty accident-prone. Even though we work longer than average days, we do get to go on amazing adventures. We have a passion for documenting the beauty of the West and the Western cowboy culture. We have a passion for working with and training equines, and we get to do all of that as a career now. With the mules fed and coffee made, it's time to get a little bit of editing in before we go catch our mules and head out for the day. I edit all of our long form content while Jason focuses on most of the short form content.
What are we up to today?
We are gonna go post some cows. Ty has a neighbor that needs some cows moved, so we're gonna move them from one big pasture down the highway to another big pasture, I think. So that's all I know. We need to be saddled by 8, and we're gonna go push some cows. If the tractor comes down the highway while we're pushing cows, that's gonna be Clyde's worst nightmare in the whole world. So we'll see how it goes. Let's go catch them donkeys.
They didn't even eat their breakfast. I regret that later.
Oh, he's so tired. He's like, the light is bright. Oh, stretch it.
Can you shine this for me?
Yeah.
Morning, Jose.
Morning. Morning. Oh, the belly didn't barely fit.
Good girl.
We're gonna be there around 9 today, and they said it probably only take till about noon, so it's not a huge job, but it's really good for these guys and fun just to push some cows. Clyde could definitely use the practice. He's pretty good around cows now, but he still gets a little leery every once in a while, so this will be really good for him.
Now we got his favorite part, her new britchin'. Good girl, Riata. Good girl. There's something over there. It's a little good girl.
We tie our mules to the hitching post while we wait. Ty and Sky have a few things to wrap up this morning before we load up and head over to help out his neighbor.
All right, tell me the plan again, Ty. What are we doing first?
So we're here and helping my pal. He's got 17 of his own, but this is a co-op pasture. So there's a lot of people that have permits in here, and we're gathering everything. So we're gathering all the cows, and then we'll sort them down here in this corral, and then we'll take my friends on down to another pasture. So we're gonna trot out, go find some cows, and get to work and try not to freeze.
Good thing you got socks, Cupcake. Yeah. That's funny. Good morning. How are you today? Good. Kind of chilly, huh? Got the little guy, yeah, chest mount, yeah. I figured a cold morning it's good to have both hands like this, so I got a little control in theory.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize out here, many ranchers share grazing ground through what's called a co-op.
You dork.
Basically, it's a cooperative pasture, one big piece of land where multiple ranchers run their cattle together. Everyone pays in, everyone helps maintain the fences and water, and everyone follows the same rules for when cattle go in and when they come out. It lets folks share resources and spreads out grazing pressure. They mentioned something about finding matches to sheds, and now all I can think about is finding a deer shed in here. Like, where's Alyssa? She's just off looking for a deer shed. She's lost. Staring at the ground.
4 point.
I didn't even know I was supposed to be
Excited. He found a little 2 point.
Uh-huh.
And then Morgan's like, oh, look there. Right. It's like right up the boat with it.
A 4 point? Oh, that's cool.
Oh, come on. Hitting a 2 point.
And then it got taken away.
Because somebody else found a 4 point. He lost his joy. He was grateful.
Then it's like, oh.
Greedy. Right?
Yeah. What do they say? Comparison is a thief of joy, right?
All joy.
Yeah.
Because this pasture is so large, the whole group spreads out to find where the cattle are hiding. There's a lot of thick juniper patches, and they could be hiding anywhere in here. We need to find all the cattle in this pasture and bring them all back to the corral. The different ranchers are going to sort out their cows and haul them off, and we're going to push Ross's cows down the highway to his winter pasture. Today I'm riding my 8-year-old quarter-horse mule named Clyde. I've had Clyde for about 4 years, and when I first got him, he was terrified of cattle. He also wasn't a fan of cars or any vehicles for that matter. So this is going to be a big test today to see how far he's come. We're still a long ways off from where we're trying to go, so we better pick up the pace a little bit. My husband Jason is riding his 9-year-old quarter-horse mule named Riata. Riata we also got about 4 years ago. She was terrified of people when we first got her, and she certainly has come a long way.
He's late 70s. He's probably Joe's age.
Uh-huh.
We'll have to ask off. But he said his dad would come out here when he was a kid, and that tree was huge then.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that tree's probably a couple 100 years old.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
That is. I'm going to ride toward it for a sec.
Ty told us there's a 70-year-old man who remembers this tree from when he was a kid, and he says it was just as big back then. So this tree's got to be at least a couple 100 years old. They call it the eagle tree because they've seen multiple eagles perched up in this tree at a time. We spot lots of cows out in front of us, all scattered out. So Sky and I split up from Jason and Ty, and we go our separate ways to try to herd in more cattle.
Clyde today.
Good.
You worried about his friend or about cows?
We're actually not too bad.
Good.
We try when we're shed hunting and stuff, really try to like ride away from each other where they can't even see each other, and then back together and stuff. So, because he used to be horrible.
Yeah, he was so bad.
He's like, keeps seeing him up ahead, and he's like, oh gosh. Oh wait, it's just those cows. Same cows. Okay.
She's always just rides with her head sideways.
That's what he's like, Rihanna, are you there? Mule eating cows.
We find a cluster of cows and start pushing them back towards the corrals.
His head's higher than normal. I have to like film from up here. His head's not blocking everything.
Look at that little blackie. Push him in.
With the cows headed the right direction, it's time to start trailing them back to the corral.
It's super pretty with the sun coming up.
Yeah, that's a good shot for you right
That is.
right there. Isn't that pretty? Pretty. Right there. What? We're just get that water.
Really?
Yeah, you'd be up past your, you'd be up to your knees right now.
No kidding. That ain't good.
This is drought.
Yeah.
Bad drought. This is like a perfect example of drought in Utah. I've never seen this dry ever.
No kidding.
It's been a horrible drought down here, and it's crazy to see all the big stock ponds that should be full of water right now.
Rihanna's like, I skipped my breakfast today. I'm so hungry.
Holy.
Like, smarter than that. Well, maybe come to the smaller side here. Up on this, right here. Right here on this little lip.
You have to say wee. Alright, say wee.
We fell a little behind messing around with the rocks, so we need to pick up the pace a little bit. This big dust patch should also be a pond as well.
Well, you beat me by about 100. It's a spooky bulldozer.
We split up again to cover the other side of this big pasture and make sure that we didn't miss any cows.
A lot of deer in here.
Yeah, there are.
Now you just need to find a little bigger shed.
Then Alyssa? That'll never happen. Then she just find another one. We used to, when we first got married, we would keep a like yearly competition, and it got so bad. I used to beat her, and it was like it would take the fun out of it. And now she just smokes me. Like it's not. We don't even keep track because she's just way ahead. But yeah, I was like, I used to beat her all the time about 5 years ago. I don't know what happened because I'm still in my prime. My eyes aren't starting to go yet.
I'm riding with the inside crew, and we catch a glimpse of a few cows hiding out in these junipers. Jason and Ty run around the top to make sure the cows don't escape out of the top of the trees.
You ever on the outside circle, which is what we're on right now, me and you would be?
Uh-huh.
They call it the outside circle.
Uh-huh.
and you see somebody on the inside making a move like that,
Yeah.
just mirror them and go wide.
Oh, okay.
You got this in their back.
Okay.
That's what I did.
With the cows all headed back the right way, it's time to push them into the corral.
So we got the cattle gathered up now. We've got them in a corral over here, and we're gonna sort through and take my friend's cows out and put the others in a corral. Everything has to leave this pasture today, so we're gonna do some sorting and then head down the road.
Perfect.
Our little clip on our Osmo came loose, so this is some pretty jarring footage. But we trotted back to the corral and started pushing the cows in so we could get them all sorted. Since there's multiple ranchers' cows in this bunch, we've got to get them all sorted. This is where branding and ear taking comes in because it makes it a lot easier to identify whose cows are whose. Spade is Sky's little mule. He's pretty fearful of cows still, so Ty takes him in and helps sort cows on him. Getting Spade this experience moving cows is going to help his confidence a ton. Experiences like this are so good for equines, especially young green ones. Clyde was really fearful of cows just a couple years ago, but we've gotten him around them a lot more and he's really come a long way. With all the other ranchers' cows loaded up and moved out, it's time to take Ross's up the highway to his winter pasture. Looks like one of the farmers left their gate open and the cows see it as an exit strategy. This is not the pasture we're trying to get to, so we've got to herd them back onto the road and continue on. We blocked the gates that we know about, but there were a few other gates open that weren't supposed to be, and we had to run the cows out of a couple more fields on the way out to the highway.
A little drama.
Even though it was nice and sunny at the start of the day, it is really cold. You can see this irrigation line is all iced over.
This footage isn't going to be as good because Riata can't take her ears off that four-wheeler. She's just like... Oh, there you go. Got both of them. Oh.
Behind her now, so you can...
Yeah, maybe that was it.
He'll get eaten first.
Yeah. Mud and cows.
This four-wheeler has been driving behind us the entire time, and it had Riata a little bit stirred up for a while. Now that we're almost to the highway, he's going to go ahead and try to flag the traffic, so hopefully they'll slow down before they get to us. We have exposed our mules to a little bit of traffic, but never pushing cows down a busy highway like this. When we rode in Custer State Park, we did have a lot of bison stampedes and traffic driving by at the same time. It was pretty wild. This all happened during a thunderstorm. They did well with that, so we were anticipating them being okay in this situation. Despite there being an entire herd of large animals along the highway and a flagger slowing people down, there was a few people who went whizzing by. We certainly appreciate when people slow down and use caution when passing the equines and the cattle. These are living creatures and they do have their own mind. It only takes a second out of your day to slow down and make sure that you're keeping everyone safe. Although our equines are pretty good in this situation, it wouldn't take much for a horse or a mule to spook and end up out in the road. If everyone's going slowly, this wouldn't cause any issues, but if you're zooming by at 60 miles an hour and not paying attention, things could go poorly in a hurry. This is where these cows will spend the winter.
They do. They're like, this is where we
This
go.
pasture was only a couple miles from where the sorting corrals were. It's a lot easier for the rancher to take them down the road with horses than it would be to make multiple trips with this truck and trailer. Even though this is a busy highway, it is less stressful on the cows not to have to load them and unload them. And as long as everyone slows down and drives safe, there's really no risk. We do our best to expose our equines to all sorts of situations so that they're ready to help out when needed.
Good girl, you're alright. It's just a snack.
We were pretty proud of how Clyde and Riata did today. They haven't been around traffic all that much, and Clyde was really fearful of cows not that long ago. But we're sure proud of how they handled the whole situation and that we actually were some help to this rancher. This is not our typical mountain adventure, but let us know if you enjoyed tagging along for a day in the life as equine content creators. And if you want to see more adventures in the mountains and like this, don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.